Welcome into Browns Live. Meet the Rookies, presented by Vivid Seats. Nathan Zegura joined now by the first pick in the 2022 NFL Draft for the Cleveland Browns, cornerback MJ Emerson. MJ, pleasure to meet you, man. Welcome to the Browns.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
All right, let's go back. A couple weeks ago, The Miz, WWE superstar, goes out there ranting and raving as only he can. And then he announces your name. Now, you knew it was coming. You got the call before that. What was that moment like for you?
It was a great moment. In my mind, I was just like, man, I'm ready to get to work, honestly. Just ready. I'm happy to play football again, and just get to meet everybody and just get to work.
By the way, The Miz told me he's got that card for you. He wants to give it to you when next time he sees you.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to have it.
Yeah, and you will have it. So you said you wanted to get to work. The good news is the draft's a couple of weeks ago. Rookie Minicamp has happened. You've gotten to come in here and get to work. What's that been like for you?
It's been fun, just learning little techniques, that can help me elevate my game, to another level. Learning the system, being around, professional guys, and just, learning how to be a pro.
When you look at your college tape, and one of the things that stands out, and you were asked this a lot after the draft, why didn't they throw the ball at you? And they were saying it kind of like, I thought sometimes, like it was a bad thing. That's a good thing. That means your guy's not open. They're going elsewhere. That's respect, right?
Yes, sir.
What's it like playing at a time when 13% of the team's passes going against your defense and go in your direction? 87% of the time, they're not. How do you kind of keep that mentality to stay sharp, stay fresh, to make sure that they keep that ball going the other way?
Man, it was hard, but we got a saying, what we had to say in the Mississippi State was just play the next play. So, no matter what happened the play before, just play the next play. So I'll just line up and be like, man, this might be the play that come at me, so I got to be ready. So that's how I looked at it, really.
Do you like the fact that now coming into this league, like, you're going to get tested, and when you believe in yourself, you're like, bring it on, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm excited about that, because I'm like, okay, this is the NFL. Of course they're going to test me, so I'm excited about that.
When you kind of got here and you got to meet your coaches, and you got to meet Jeff Howard and Brandon Lynch. We'll start with Coach Howard, one of my favorite guys here. What's kind of your impression been of him? And I think he's got like a little bit of a gangster vibe to him, a tough guy. I like Coach Howard. What do you think about him so far?
Man, I like Coach Howard. I feel like he's real down to earth. He kind of, just smooth guy.
Yeah.
Smooth guy, yeah.
You'll see he's got some good swag when he starts dressing up. He can dress on the sidelines. He'll bring some game day stuff. And then on the other side, you have the nicest human being on the planet, Brandon Lynch.
I agree.
Right? I mean, literally never had a bad day. I've never seen him not smiling. So you kind of have those two together. How does that work for you?
I hope it worked good, got the best of both worlds. I mean, just having two coaches, two better than one. So I like both of their personalities. They're different, but we working together for the same goal.
You mentioned the techniques, and I know Brandon Lynch is a master of the techniques, and you guys are going through those drills over and over and over again. Would people be surprised at how different DB coaches and different systems are about just the littlest, teeniest fundamentals, where your hips are, the angle of your hip with your feet, things like that, coming here now to the Browns from Mississippi State?
Everybody coach different, so yeah, it's different everywhere, but yeah, it's a big difference. Yeah,
is it a lot different than what you were doing before?
Yeah, it's a big difference for the most part. It is a big difference. Just little things, that can help you, be in a better position though. But it'll help,
Do you like playing man? Do you like playing zone, or do you like playing whatever it's called?
Situations, really. It's depending on down and distance, all that. But I like playing man, and just, going one-on-one and trying to eliminate a receiver,
You're going to have an opportunity, obviously, in our division. There are a lot of very, very good receivers. In this league, there are a lot of good receivers. Is there somebody that you've been wanting to go against, and maybe you went in college, you want to go against them again? Or is there anybody that you kind of are excited about that's maybe on our schedule to go against?
Tyreek Hill. Yeah, I thought about playing Tyreek Hill, the Miami Dolphins.
That's right. November the 13th, you'll get an opportunity, Tyreek Hill. A lot of speed. You've got a lot of speed, a lot of length as well. As one of the things the Browns I know liked about you. How does that benefit you as a cornerback, to be as tall as you are, as long as you are, and have that speed?
Being able to run, but, cornerback is really about technique. So you don't have any technique. You can be a 4-2 guy, but, you know how to put yourself in position, then you're going to get ran by. So, but just, being able to, slow guys down, at the beginning, at the release. So that helped me a lot. And then also my length, the window is kind of shorter. It's kind of some plays I can make with my longer arms.
Yeah, get it in there and get those PBUs, which I know you did at Mississippi State. When you think about, how you played corner at Mississippi State versus now what you're being taught here. One of the things when I was going, and talking to Coach Howard, talking to Coach Lynch, and just trying to understand DB play more so I could do my job better, right? I don't know if people realize how much goes into it, not just physically, right? You've got to be able to run and chase after some of the best athletes in the world, but based on if there's a pre-snap motion, if number one now becomes number two, how the responsibility changes, if they bunch up, if they stack, all of those little checks and adjustments. Is it kind of wild when people watching at home maybe have no idea how many different things have to go through pre-snap for you, and then as the motions start, changing the coverages on the fly so that you guys can do your job and maintain the soundness of what you're trying to do defensively?
Yeah, man. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot behind the game of football. You know, that some outsiders might not get, but man, yeah, it's a lot. So just learning the technique, you know, playbook. But you know, when you learn everything, it's kind of like second nature. So that's why you got to get in that playbook, you know, and just react so you can play fast. Like when you know everything, you know, you just react and play fast.
Are a lot of these concepts similar to when I was talking with Greg Newsom, for example, we drafted out of Northwestern? They did a lot of similar things there. Are a lot of these things familiar, maybe called different things here, but similar to what you did at Mississippi State to kind of help accelerate that process?
Yeah, a lot of things are similar. You know, football is football. So,
sure.
But it might be just, it's similar, but it might have a little difference. So like I might have to have my eyes on this guy instead of this guy. So just, you know, just learning my progressions and getting used to it. That's probably like, you know, the biggest thing I need to work on.
So have you got a chance to talk with, you know, Denzel and Greedy and Greg and some of the guys in your room?
Yes, sir. I actually talked to Denzel. You know, me and him have the same agent, so he connected us. And I was just telling him, you know, I'm going to come in and work. You know, I just want to learn everything I can from him. I was telling him lead the way. Yeah. But he was telling me, nah, we both going to lead the way. So I respect that, you know.
That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
Did they get, if there was like one thing that they said, like one piece of advice that they gave you?
I mean, not really. You know, just come in ready to work, you know, and soak everything in and be a great listener.
When did you know you were going to be a DB?
My sophomore year of high school.
Okay.
My head coach, he made me play DB, so yeah. I didn't want to play DB, but he made me actually, so, but I'm happy he made me.
So once you get drafted, have you guys stayed in touch? Did you say, yeah, maybe you're right about that?
Well, that was actually his last year, but like Coach Pollard, yeah, that's his name, Coach Pollard, it was his last year, so after that year, he was gone. So he be around like my high school or whatnot, but I don't have his phone number, so we don't talk as much.
Gotcha. Well, good job, Coach. If you're watching out there, good job.
Thank you, Coach Pollard. I need to text you. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. All right, we've got a couple of fan questions for you right now. This one comes from Sherry Ellen, and I think I'm going to ask a lot of the guys this because I like it. If you had the opportunity to sit down and talk with any NFL player, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Maybe Deion Sanders, I would say. Yeah, prime time. You know, he played my position, you know, at a high level for a long time. So I'll probably just ask him, you know, what it takes, you know, to be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, and that's certainly a good guy to start with. He was a guy, they didn't throw out at more than 13% at him either. So you guys can talk about that as well. I want to ask you about, you put on the number 23.
Yes, sir.
Joe Hayden was first-round draft pick of this organization, played a long time here. I love that guy, great players, been in the league for a long, long time, most recently with the Steelers. For him to kind of quote tweet that and say that looked good on you, what did that mean to you to have a guy who was, you know, probably the most synonymous with 23 in this organization kind of give you that blessing at the same position?
Man, it's a blessing, you know. It's a blessing. I appreciate him for doing that.
Did you know Joe at all?
No, I actually don't, but I watched him. You know, I watched him when he was in college. You know, I knew who he was, but I didn't know him personally. But yeah, so
that's pretty cool.
I was excited about that. You know, I was like somebody I watched. You know, I watched and kind of like, you know, looked at as a role model. Well, I do look at as a role model, and just him, you know, just give me those blessings. It was a great moment.
All right, now I mentioned Joe Hayden, probably most synonymous with 23. There was another guy who wore 23 here recently. Huge fan of Demarius Randall, and I know you guys are buddies. First of all, how did that come to be?
Well, we actually played at the same Little League organization growing up. So
okay.
I mean, he's older than me, but yeah, I always watched him play. You know, he was one of the best players on his team, and I was one of the best players on my team. So he just always been around him, you know, and just watching him play. He's a great player.
On the field, are you a big trash talker?
It just depends really on my opponent. You know, I like to line up and get the job done, but if my opponent, you know, if he's talking trash, then
you'll talk.
Then I will, yeah.
Because you seem like a quieter guy. Demarius, not quiet. Was he trash talking like since he ever stepped on a field?
I mean, he got that swag about him, so
yeah, I bet
he just play with the swag. So you know, everybody play different though.
Did he tell you anything about playing in Cleveland?
He told me about the organization. You know, he was like, I would love it here. You know, the people, the fans.
Yeah,
that's about it.
What's it been like, kind of the reaction from the fans, knowing that this place is absolutely crazy about football and crazy about the Cleveland Browns?
Man, it's just kind of give me flashbacks about Starkville, like Mississippi. Like that's exactly how Mississippi State fans was, like crazy, you know, die hard fans. So you know, I'm happy to be here.
MJ, this has been a pleasure. Certainly looking forward to getting you out on the field, having a great season, and certainly want to welcome you to the Browns again because this is going to be a lot of fun. Congratulations on your dreams coming true, and excited to see what you can do putting on that helmet, wearing that 23, making Demarius Randall and Joe Hayden proud.
Yes, sir. Thank you.